a dream, now my music they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, tried to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Felt like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. And I've been magic with the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Minnesota Vikings. That'll be taken in the end zone. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, Detroit. That kickoff return, 104 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for the team to just score, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you'd better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be for that much space to rumble.
Alert three. Alert. Yo. Out. Jumper. Wide. Get wide.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Cousins. It's caught by Treadwell. A gain there of 21 yards.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Check 99. Begin. Check.
Now Cousins here on the bootleg. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
On third down, Cousins. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, it's Johnson.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And he'll find Hall. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the 1st down in the process. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that 1st down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Ready. Lady. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Come on.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And I think the ball's out. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Gun. Mike 40, Mike 40. Stop.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Will pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down and 4, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
1st down, Minnesota.
Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins, and he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 26.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Cousins now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Cousins, he gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care about throw.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 27 yards there, a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at their 48-yard line.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me.
Go.
Throwing on 2nd down. Stafford going for the deep ball. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
2nd and 10 at the 40.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. He completes it to Treadwell. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
First down, Vikings.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Cousins now. Completes it to the fullback, Ham. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll bring up 4th down. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either
not the tie. But yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just want right past it.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath, first do no harm. And right now they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. 3rd and 2, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. Fighting through. He's got space. Past the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Galladay. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. Extra point good by Prater. And the lead is now 14-10. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go! The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Being chased out left. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw is Cousins. And this is Cook with a grab.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A 1st down from Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. Cousins now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
This is complete. Cousins to Treadwell. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. 26 yards on the play there. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Cook following the penalty. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, this is Madison. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Now Cousins. He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings have once again taken the lead. No good. This is going to remain a 2-point game after that one. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line. Ready?
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Mackenzie Alexander with a...
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Following the interception, Cousins. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43.
We want it. Come to my world. At 25 for Mike.
Cousins the thrower. And he's taken down inside the 30. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Now flags come in before the kick. Clearly there was contact. Who was at fault? So it was the defense that jumped, and that'll move them 5 yards closer.
Wonder how they did it. Wonder if they twitched a little bit up front, a little subtle head movement that the officials didn't detect, but they got it done. Now they're 5 yards closer for their field goal attempt.
So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
Cook, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
On second and 11 now. Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? On third and 1, here's Cousins. And a loose football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
Brings up second and 4 at the 31-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. Now Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the 23-yard line.
On second and 12, Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
Switch up, switch up.
On first down, Cook. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. A gain of 3, second down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Throwing, Cousins. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into the
is a good one for him. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Running from the gun, Johnson. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Now left side on the swing pass. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 20. As we wind down near 20 seconds left in the quarter. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. From the red zone now, Stafford. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. If you're thinking of a comeback here, you go to 2016. That's when Stafford had an NFL record 8 fourth-quarter comebacks. But last year, despite playing all 16 games, he had 0. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
They run it again with Cook. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another first and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
On the toss, Madison. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the fourth quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest, and they want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Again, it's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. From the gun, here's Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Stafford. And his throw here's incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Throwing again is Stafford. He's going to wind up and air it out. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Hey, 5-0! Hey, check Mike 54. Mike 54. It's just me and you.
They snap it to Stafford. He's got a 1st down or more inside the 30. And down to the 27-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Stafford looks to throw again. And he'll find Hall. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 23 yards, the final tally. Again, it's Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. To the air again, Stafford. And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Marvin Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Prater for the extra point as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
Slam, slam, slam.
Now a run with Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Gun.
A toss to Cook. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Hey,
They'll run on 1st down. It's Cook. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe. And now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Alexander Madison with his 1st career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Bailey got the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with the Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Everson Griffin make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and they got his man complete. 20. 10, and he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. And the Vikings hands team able to recover, and that should just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Right here, guys. Fight.
On first down, Cook. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Here you go. Kill. Show it up.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cook. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, that's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble that when they get to the sidelines, I know you're mad, Coach, but look, we've still got this locked down. But that's not necessarily true, is it?
No, their hopes are slim, but you just hate to give them any hope. You could have sealed it right there.
Yeah, could have finished them off and taken away all hope, as we like to say.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Try and get it all back with one big shot right there, but even if successful, that doesn't get them all the way back to where they need to be. Can't totally abandon throwing the ball underneath as well.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Stafford now to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. They were looking for Johnson that time. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And it's 3rd down. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Johnson, incomplete. Sets up 4th down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 30. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Vikings, it may not be too late to salvage their season as the win moves them to 2-5 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.